Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. And today we're going to talk about Landman episode 2. Everything that ends well is well. So, everything that happened today. So Cooper it starts off with Cooper drilling with his 6 drills and he has got all the oil and he seems to be a very very rich man. And he comes home late at night, and Ariana, obviously the hotter, better version of Rachel Zegler, finally comes to her senses and decides, you know what? I'm going to break up with this man. And can I just say, Ariana is as hot as any of the CW girls were in the peak 2010, meaning she could go toe to toe with the Riverdale girls, the Gossip Girl girls, the OC, all the Arrowverse shows, all of it, okay? Ariana, 10 out of 10. And it just never made sense in this show, because first of all, when we meet her, she's, like, married to Michael Pena, right? Who Ariana, by the way, is, like, 23, Michael Pena's, like, in his fucking 50s. Then she falls in love with Cooper. Cooper is not, like, an attractive white guy at all. Cooper is, basically what you think of a dude who lives in a trailer and drives a really janky Ford truck, not even, like, a good massive truck. And it just never made sense, like, she's just settling for this because she's hot, and she's like, "You know what? I don't wanna be rich. I don't wanna move from my town. I like being next to my abuela and my cousins and all this." So and also it seems like Cooper has, like, 0 emotional intelligence. He seems very intelligent when it comes to oil and geology and all this other shit. But we learn Cooper is a fucking idiot. So Ariana dumps him. Then Cammy gets served and sued because apparently John Hamm was doing some shady business practices, and we really don't know, like, what John Hamm was really doing as head of the company. Cooper calls his dad, and he's like, "Dad, I need you to meet up, come to my drill, look at all the wells and all this." Apparently, Cooper's dumbass, who's intelligent, which, by the way, this is already what frustrates me, because when Rebecca offers the payout to Ariana in season 1, Cooper is able to look up the legal agreement and he can see like, oh, you're never allowed to sue. There's a cap on the money and all of this. And he's able to renegotiate the deal. So it seems that Cooper maybe took law classes, understood legal theory or something like this. But he apparently did not look over at all the contract for the Sunrisa deal at all, which makes no sense. And it's not like didn't have access. He could have used Rebecca. Okay, so it made 0 sense on this entire thing that he just signed a massive deal for a contract and has no idea what the interest rate is, who really owns it, like, how much he has to pay back, any of this, which frustrates me from a character we are told is highly intelligent because we have proof of the legal intelligence and we have proof of the oil, like, type intelligence, right? Obviously, we get it. He's an idiot when it comes to emotional intelligence and showering and all that etiquette, and that is fine. It's just like, this is what bothers me because Tommy is like, "What the fuck, son? You didn't look over this? You didn't have Rebecca look over this? What the hell?" And all of it. So he has, Neil look up all the information on Sunrisa and where it comes from. Flash forward, okay, well, not flash forward. We're jumping again. Um, Ainsley is practicing her TCU cheerleading, routine and shit like that, and Rebecca is back, and she looks fucking hot. Like, Rebecca, also top tier fucking hot woman, like, goddamn Kayla Wallace. So sad that you're married, but also congratulations that you're apparently having a kid. Okay, but, like, Rebecca is dealing with the whole lawsuit that, Demi Moore's character, Cammy, is getting, and she's like and Neil is like, "Look, you gotta go through this, learn about all the deals, about the geology survey, because they gotta, like, drill in the ocean or some shit." And Rebecca really hates Ainsley, and it's funny because Rebecca's actress and Ainsley actress are the same age, right? Which is why this is hilarious since, Ainsley's supposed to be, like, 18 and Rebecca's supposed to be this hot, 30-year-old lawyer and shit like this, and it's just like and they have this conversation because Rebecca really hates Ainsley, but Ainsley's, like, so impressed by Rebecca because Rebecca is a strong, powerful, intelligent woman, and Rebecca's like, "Yo, we need a fucking lawyer." Oh, by the way, God, I keep forgetting. The old guy's name is not Neil, it's Nathan, but it's funny because Angela keeps calling Nathan Neil, and I guess this is why I keep calling him Neil, whatever. Um, Anyway, not Cooper. Tommy keeps yelling at Cooper saying, "You can't just be drilling randomly without a contract. You can't drill randomly. You're not doing geology surveys, environmental studies, and all the other bullshit." Look at that. Abundance people. Aren't you happy? He got rid of all the regulation. But anyway, Angela and Ansley are at the old people home that they like volunteered at and got him drunk. And the old people police come, and Angela beats the shit out of the old people police, and they're tied up. But the sheriff FaceTimes Tommy and gets them says like, are they federal cops? Do they have any real jurisdiction to, arrest people or detain them? He's like, nope. Okay, let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Then Rebecca has this amazing 1-minute lawyer scene, and this is basically what I wish Suits and Succession did in their legal, like, scenes thing, because, wow, I'm like, she could put Harvey Specter to task. Ally McBeal, you're gone. The lawyers in Law& Order and Law& Order SVU, you could never none of them could do the scene that Rebecca did in 1 minute. How she's like, "First of all, this contract is null and void because of the death of John Hamm, and the wife, who only recently got the company 3 weeks ago, would have no legal theory or cause to know about the financial dealings of her billionaire husband, and a court would throw this out because just as factual, as they're still in, like, a whole new corporate restructure, because now that Tommy is basically the real head in charge, but Demi Moore's character is the finance thing, and they still haven't been able to get into all the accounts because of the recent debt and shit like that. And the oil company that they're, like, fighting that, like, sent the lawsuit is like, "Wow, you cut our deal to shred. When this company goes under, you're welcome to work with us because you could be a great lawyer." God, Rebecca's so fucking hot. Okay. Also, I love the sheriff's and Tommy's relationship. Then we go, Tommy and Cooper buy a casket for their mom who died last episode. We meet Sam Elliott, who is which is funny because Sam Elliott is 80. Billy Bob Thornton is 70. And it's just hilarious that Tommy's dad is being played by Sam Elliott. Okay. And there's this whole conversation about the cycles of trauma with the father and that it never ends. And Tommy's like telling Cooper, if you stay with the Mexican chick and you raise that kid, don't raise him like your father raised me or I raised you. I only had you on weekends. I wasn't emotionally there for you. And Tommy begins to cry. Cooper begins to cry. Cooper's like, I love you, Tommy. And then Tommy's like, look at him, don't say that shit, son. Then my favorite line of this is, we were gonna get a dinner scene, but we never get the dinner scene as they just cook because they came in late, is Ansley says, "Everything that ends well is well." And I just love the dinner. I love this is why, like, Blue Bloods and Boston Blue are really good. The dinner scenes where people just talk and shoot the shit is so good, and more shows need to do this because it's just fun seeing people interact and talk shit like this. Cammy's in the office looking for shady shit that John Hamm did while he was CEO. And I really like that basically you can tell, like, Demi Moore is, like, all her shit is clearly shot in Los Angeles. Like, obviously, she has no interaction with any of the other characters on the show. It is very interesting and great. Like, Demi Moore is also, like, the co-lead of it. We find out, though, after, what's it called? Nathan digs in, that Andy Garcia owns the company that Cooper founded or whatever, gave the funding, and Tommy's like, "Oh, shit," right? Because Tommy didn't wanna have to deal with Andy Garcia. Oh my god. So now Andy Garcia owns Cooper, which means he owns Tommy. And oh shit, now we got our conflict, okay? Because Cooper is a fucking idiot. Can I just say, this show has some of the hottest fucking women on television. I just gotta say, between Ansley, Rebecca, and Ariana, okay, they can go toe to toe with the Riverdale girls. They can go toe to toe with the original Gossip Girls in their prime. They can go to toe to toe with Euphoria and God, what other show had, like I'm trying to think, all the CW shows had, like, really hot people. It is what it is. Landman is great, we're going 2 for 2 so far in season 2, okay? Love it. Great. The only thing is I got it. It's forget it, like, when you wake up Sunday morning, and I forget that, like, oh, Landman dropped, right? Because, like, the HBO shows come out at 9 p.m., right? You're like, "Okay, the It prequel show and I Love LA." you're like, "Okay, that's 9 and 10 o'clock, right? But then this, you're like, "Oh, like, Landman just pops up at 4 a.m. on a Sunday," and Lioness was like this too, right? And I just forget, and because of the dysfunction on this, a lot of people aren't talking about the show at the same time because 'cause they're watching it at their own pace because it's not like The Pit was, 9 p.m. on Thursdays on HBO Max, right? So, like, you knew and everyone was talking about The Pit at 9 p.m. Also, The Pit comes back in a month. Let's go.